everyone. Welcome to Empowered Pod. Welcome back. I'm Morgan.
I'm Jess.
And we are so glad to have you here to talk about virgins and body counts.
So just make sure you guys are following us, our Instagram _Women Empower Women IG. And make sure you guys subscribe to our podcast. It's available on Anchor and Spotify. And the link for that will be in our bio. Also, I want to give a special shout out to two very important people, to Morgan and myself. They have came here. One of them drove 3 hours just to be here with us. And the other one
lives with me.
And she is taking her time out of her own schedule to be here and do this with us. So we want to say that we really appreciate both of you guys. And let's introduce them.
Yeah, without any further ado, these are our best friends. For our best friends episode, we have Lily Goldberg and Macy Eidenberger. Hopefully I said it right this time. These are our best friends. We're so excited to have you guys on for our Virgin and Body Count episode. We're going to start off by you guys just telling the viewers a little bit about you and how you know us. Lily, go ahead and start.
Okay, so I'm Lily. Morgan and I met as locker neighbors. Neither of us had friends.
In middle school.
Yeah,
in eighth grade.
And we had fake friends. Well, they never really liked me. They liked you.
Well, they liked me until they didn't like me. But anyway.
But Morgan stuck with me even when I wasn't invited to all the shit. So she's the best.
We found each other.
Yeah.
All right. Macy, who are you? Tell us.
All right. So, So, me and Jess, we've been friends, since college. We had that college friendship, and now it's just built to infinity. We're gonna be there for each other.
So cute.
All the time.
We really met because when I came in the spring, so I didn't start the normal time. So I didn't really know anybody, and Macy
started a semester early.
Yeah, so, and Macy lived right beside me in Woodson, good old Woodson. And yeah, we just been rocking ever since. We got like this real quick and literally been inseparable ever since, even though she decided to move 3 hours away. It really hasn't changed our relationship at all. Honestly,
we're just as close.
We might have, I was about to say, we might have even grown closer to each other. Because, like, we literally talk on the phone every day. We call each other for any minor inconvenience. So, yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So, also, those of you who don't know, Macy, Jess, and I played volleyball together at Catawba College. So, that's how we all know each other back in those good days.
Good old Cat U days.
That's good old Cat U days. Now we are retired from Cat U and volleyball.
And volleyball, yeah.
Hey,
cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Oh yeah, let's all cheers. Let's cheers to this episode. Cheers to each other. All right. So we're going to talk about a topic that is very familiar probably to our generation mostly, but I think applies to all generations. We're going to talk about the terms virgins and body counts. So let's start off. What are your initial thoughts when you guys hear those words?
You want to go first? You want me to go? Okay, so I think when I hear the word virgin, I immediately think of someone who has not had sex before. I think maybe back when I was in high school, I thought more that a virgin was only a virgin if they hadn't had actual intercourse. But now, as I learned more about sex, I realized that you can be a virgin, or any sexual act would make you not a virgin anymore. So like oral sex or lesbian sex, any type of sex, I feel like is sex. So that's what I think of when I hear virgin. When I hear body counts, it kind of haunts me a little bit because it's kind of a bad thing to be talked about and labeled as having a lot of bodies or even not a lot, as we'll talk about as we get into it. But yeah, that's what I think about body counts, is just the number of people you've had sex with.
Anyone else have any initial thoughts? I know you pointed this out, and I mentioned this actually in our intro, but that you get to decide if you are a virgin or not. Like, that's your choice. And that's something I didn't know before I started researching for this topic, was like, I feel like there's like, everyone expects a clear, just you're a virgin, you're not. This one type of thing makes you a virgin or not, but really it's your choice. It's personal to you. And you can decide if you don't want something to count that other people would want to count, or whatever the situation may be. It's up to you.
Shit, girl, I do that all the time. Like, it didn't happen.
No, yeah. Yeah, I can definitely relate. I had this one experience.
Go ahead. Tell the people.
So, wait, can I go in like detail?
Yeah, just don't say names.
Okay. So, I was talking to this boy. I thought he was so cute. He was on my basketball team, and I thought I was doing something. So then he invites me to come to his dorm room. So, like I go, like we're chilling, like we start making out, doing this, that, and the third. And then like after he was doing that, we was like getting into it. And then I was like, yeah, no, had to leave. And didn't count that. -1.
So, like, tell them like why you were like uncomfortable.
No,
in that moment.
I was just uncomfortable because like he was just making it weird. Just like he wasn't like, I don't even know how to put it into words. He just wasn't my vibe, I guess I could say. Came to that realization as I was in the act. So yeah.
Well, he didn't just not count. He was also a -1.
Yeah.
Let's just clarify.
Like, I love that. I'm gonna start using that.
That's good.
Oh, God.
That
It
was so good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lily,
that was actually hilarious. Like, Macy called me, she was like flipping out. I was like, girl, it's fine. Just act like it didn't happen.
Yeah. To this day.
Lily, share your thoughts on those words, if you have any.
They mostly just make me angry because why does it matter? In my mind, I'm just like,
Yeah, because
sorry, what?
no, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's just like there's no biological difference between somebody who's a virgin and somebody who's not. So like, who cares? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, like that doesn't define who you are at the end of the day. Like that's what everybody thinks, and everybody knows like, oh well, this person had sex with 80 people and this person had sex with none, but like that doesn't define who they are and like their character. It doesn't like you could have done all that when you were younger, and like now you're a different person. So it's like it really doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that I read about when I was researching was like, a lot of people think it's like penis and vagina sex, and you have to like, that is sex, and like when you break the hymen. But what I didn't know is that a lot of women do not have a hymen.
Mine did not break.
No, a lot of people don't have it. You might not have it.
Yeah, I might not even have it, I guess.
Which I like didn't know.
Yeah, the term pop the cherry, like
Yeah.
Apparently you bleed a lot when the first time you have sex. Girl, that shit never happened to me.
It happened to me. It definitely happened to me.
But like also you can bleed, like you can break your hymen or pop your cherry, as it's called, like in sports, or
yeah, and you can do that shit with a tampon too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
True.
Dang.
So it's like
That's honestly not surprising. And most people start their periods before the first time they have sex. So and how would you know? Like, what if you just started your period like that in the moment? Like, how would you know the difference?
Oh, that'd be so scary.
Mm-hmm. And also I feel like kind of along with that is that people feel like when you're having sex, that person will know, like can tell that you've had sex before or you haven't.
Yeah, I always felt like I had to say, like, oh, I've never had sex for like, and I don't know, just they
You actually can't
definitely
tell.
would never be able to tell.
Yeah.
Okay, what about, have y'all ever had anyone ask you your body count? Like
Yeah.
a male?
Mm-hmm. I was seeing this guy. I actually told Morgan this story the other night. I was seeing this guy for quite some time. This was on our second date. After our second date, when I woke up in the morning, he started asking these questions about if I dated anybody or like whatever. And I was like, no. And then he asked me afterwards, his follow-up question was what my body count was. And I was like, what? I was like, why does it matter? Like, I understand the dating question, but like body count, like, why is that going to change your opinion of me if I have like 30 bodies instead of what it doesn't matter. And so I said that to him and he's like, I just don't think that you should have more than 20 bodies at this age. So yeah. And then I asked him his and he told me, and like, I didn't really know what to say to that. Like, I was like, okay, like this doesn't matter to me.
I'm gonna have to drink to that. That's some
I'm gonna have to drink to that
BS. And then
You ever had anyone ask you that?
Yeah.
My reaction is always like,
Yeah, but
none of your
I just keep it
fucking
hot. Like I
business.
tell them what it is. If they get a problem, like, all right, I'll see you. Like,
honestly, I love that though.
Wait,
because
that's so
They're
good.
why do you have to lie about it? Like,
yeah, because like, what's that gonna do? Like, okay, for instance, like for guys, like they get clout for having so many bodies, but when a girl be out here, yeah, when a girl be out here fucking, oh, she a whore, like she a whore, hoe, slut, whatever. But like guys are out here, they can have 120 body counts, and that just makes the girls want them more. But when a girl be fucking, like they like, oh, she nasty, she probably got
It makes
chlamydia
me
or something.
wonder where
Like,
these bodies are coming from. Like, if a guy's gonna have a high body count, that means he had to have sex with a girl, or maybe not, but like maybe a guy.
Yeah.
But like, why is there that double standard? Like, where else are they coming from?
Right, right, right,
and then,
exactly.
And then it's like, and how many bodies do you have? Like, that's not even like a valid question because, like I said, like it's in the past with whoever you've already done shit with. Like, that's in the past. Like, that's not you. Like, you're with that person for a reason. So, like, it shouldn't matter.
I agree. Why do you think there's so much stigma attached to these words? And why it's like uncomfortable to talk about, or people feel they need to lie about it?
I think just the repercussions of saying it. Like, I don't know. If I feel like it's such a fine balance because if I don't have enough bodies, I'm not experienced. And if I do have too many bodies, then that's not good either. So it's such a balance. And if I were to have either of those, there'd be repercussions with language. Like I would be, called out on, or maybe, I don't know, denied.
I feel like it also has a lot to do with surrounding because most people experience or start experiencing sex like in high school, and there's just a lot of drama in general, and people spread rumors and people will hear the first little thing and just run with it. And for girls, like at least me, like when I was that age, like my biggest fear was like someone talking about me behind my back. Like I hated that. And it just made me feel like shit. And so I think that's like a big reason too. Like people know that other people are going to find out, and they just don't want to be talked badly about.
Do you think that's changed as you've gotten older, like out of high school and college?
Yeah, for sure. The college like sex culture is definitely what's the word? I guess more carefree than high school. But that's also because you're in a bigger setting and less people will find out about it. Like, I don't think that the judgment goes away, necessarily, but I just think less people know about your own business, so it's not as much of an issue. And like I just feel like people just stop caring after a certain point. Like if you're single in college and you're doing you, like, and you want to go out and hook up with somebody, literally,
I'm gonna do it.
who cares? Who gives a shit?
No, like, I ran mine up when I got, after my freshman year, me and David broke up, my psychotic ex that has schizophrenia anyways, besides the point. So anyways, so yeah, after him, like, we broke up, I was like, yeah, I'm free. So I went and had my fun time, and now I'm chilling.
And literally, there's nothing wrong with
No.
that at all. And there's nothing wrong with not wanting to do that either. Like, people should just respect other people's own choices because we're
And
all grown
opinions.
here. And I don't know. It just makes me angry.
How do y'all feel that these terms and the judgment that's been placed on them affects your willingness to go have sex or not have sex?
I've caught myself thinking about it before. Like, do I really want to add another body? And I think it's because also the people around me really paid attention to that. Like, I had friends who were obsessive over it. And that's actually the reason I didn't even want to lose my virginity until I was dating somebody. But I was around people who were talking about guys all the time and their hookups. And I was like, oh shit, I should be doing this. Like, what's wrong with me? So I
Because your
had,
friends were.
what did you say?
I said just because the people that you were around were doing that.
Yeah.
they
And
pressured
then,
you for it.
yeah, once I lost my virginity, which I lost it in not a very good way. Like, it was not good, not fun. It was really painful. And then I started getting concerned about bodies, and I never thought I would care, but one of my roommates last year would always talk about how, she didn't want to add a body. And then I'd always be like, maybe I should just not because like, shit, maybe that matters more than I think it does, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I think I've definitely been in that same place before, like, and I would even like want to like maybe, if I was in the mood or something and I didn't have a boyfriend, like, and I felt that same exact way, I might like even like go back to someone.
Yes, that's a big one.
So like going back to like toxic people that I really should stay away from, like altogether, just to like get that fix, just so that I wouldn't have to say, oh yeah, I had sex with another person. Like, but like you said, it should not matter. You should be able to just do what you want.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
What term do you think has the most stigma? Like, if someone told you they were a virgin, would that turn you off more than if someone was like, I have whatever amount of bodies?
No. Because
No.
like, wait, what are you talking about? Wait.
Like, which situation would turn you off more? Like, what term do you think is the
Oh,
most
so like if a
stigmatized?
guy came up to me and
If someone
said,
had a lot of bodies versus
oh,
a
I would
virgin.
definitely take the virgin.
Oh
But
my
anyway.
God, I hate myself, but I would take the opposite. Even though they're gonna be assholes. Probably.
I don't think I would care. But I don't know, I would be kind of scared. I'd be kind of scared with the virgin. I think.
No, but see, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's how I
that's
feel.
me.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing either, ever.
No, yeah, but that's just when you gotta show them like what it is.
Macy's down with that.
I
That's like a turn on.
I want them to do
Macy likes young boys, Macy likes
I'm a
young guys.
cougar at heart. It's me. But like, and you gotta just change your life, and then they just end there forever.
See, I always want it to end. Every time I'm like, this almost over.
Yeah. See, I just feel like with me, it's complete opposite. Like they just come back. I don't know why.
No,
Well-
she was saying like she wants it to end like during the.
Yeah, during
during the
sex.
act.
I'm always like, hurry up.
I've definitely felt that too.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like sometimes it just takes them a little too long. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this is like getting a
Like-
little old.
It's just like 45
Yeah.
minutes.
Especially
I
when like
definitely agree.
yeah, it just gets tiring and your legs get tired and like I don't know, just go. Like what's wrong with you?
Well, have you guys had any of you had sex with someone who you love? Or has it just been mainly hookups or mainly a boyfriend maybe you didn't actually love, etc.?
I definitely have.
Yeah, I think I've had both.
Yeah.
I've had nobody I've loved.
Really?
No, I've never had a boyfriend. Or like
Well,
a
that's fine. I mean, it's just surprising, kind of.
yeah, or a friend turned like fuck buddy. That's never happened to me. Like
Macy's like,
Macy,
yeah.
you're reminiscing.
No. Because okay, so one of my best guy friends, one of my best freaking guy friends. Okay, so I didn't even know like he felt some type of way about me. Well, then one night, like we get drunk or whatever, and then we fuck, and then after that, he ghosts me, and I'm just like, what happened? And so then it's just
He didn't really ghost her. He didn't really ghost her. I think that he's just scared of her because she's so hot and
True.
such a great person, and he's scared that she will leave him for someone better than him. That's what I think.
Well-
But anyways, continue.
No, but so like we like well like did whatever, and then like it was a very rocky road. Like he just stopped talking. He just stopped talking to me and like wouldn't talk to me. It was just awkward. But then like we moved past it and like we're good now. Like because I told him I was like I want my best friend more than anything. Like regardless of what happened. So it's I don't know. But we're good.
Y'all
now,
are still
so.
friends now?
Yeah, but it was very like an emotional time just because like I met him like he was one of the first like friends I met in Wilmington when I moved down there because I was like a dramatic change moving from Catawba to Wilmington, and so like everyone I met like I latched onto and I met him and then like it just escalated out of nowhere like literally. But yeah,
Nah, I told her months before. I was like, Jax. Oh,
Well, edit it out. It's fine.
It's
I was
hard.
like, oh boy, definitely has a crush on you, girl. Like, it's so obvious. And she was literally the only one that didn't realize it.
I
but-
didn't even know.
I feel like Macy's pretty oblivious to those type of things.
Very, but no, like I low-key, like I know he's like definitely like fucked girls before, but I feel like I was older and he was used to like I don't know, but I don't know. It was just different. But yeah, so the moral of the story was yes, I was in love with him. So yeah.
Do you think
And
that
I did-
makes a difference? Like if you love someone, do you think
Oh,
that
how about that?
No, yeah,
That-
okay.
that-
Talk about how you felt before versus after.
Okay, so like, yeah. So I didn't even like I said, I didn't even know he liked me, but then like we fucked and then I was like, oh shoot, like then the feelings like really came out. But like it wasn't even like the fact that we like fucked that made the feelings come out. It was more of like, damn, I didn't know he had these feelings. But then like you can tell like when you have sex with somebody and the feelings are there. Like you can definitely tell, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're both into it and like you can just tell. And like that's how I felt. So like I got the vibe from him that like he was into it too. And so like afterwards when he hit me with all that stuff that he did, I was just like so caught so off guard because he came on to me. Like I didn't even know, and he's the one who like wanted to fuck me, and I'm just like, damn, and I'm getting the shit for it. But yeah.
Do you think when you love someone, do you look past their body count more? Like do you ask them before that or do you just not care?
No, I just don't care. Like, if I love you, I'm gonna look for who you are. Like, I don't care about your past or what you have going on. Like, I care about who you are now and who's in my presence. Like, that's it. Because like the past, like the more you bring up the past about who else they felt, like that doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't.
You're just backtracking.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
gotta be in the present and
Yeah.
looking
and
to the
looking
future.
forward. Yeah, looking forward. Like the minute you bring up the past is when everything gets toxic and hectic. Like you just gotta keep it moving and always just look forward.
I like that. I agree with that as well. I Lily already knows, but I hate the term like body count. Even before I knew anything about it, even before I did any research on it, I always just thought that you counting people that you've had sex with is just wrong. Like counting someone off as just a body. Like, I don't know. That just seems wrong to me.
Like dehumanizing.
Yeah, just dehumanizing.
Well,
I mean,
some of them deserve that, but not all of them. No,
Accurate.
for real. Like,
Yeah, some of them do.
some of them are just a number and literally don't matter at all. But I agree with you, Morgan. Like, it is very dehumanizing. And to think that someone else, like, that I've had sex with is just looking at me as just a body, like, just a body. Like, I'm nothing else but just a body. Like, that just makes me feel weird.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes hookup culture a lot of the time so toxic when it doesn't have to be, because I feel like they're not always respecting you as a person. Like,
They look at you as just a quick fuck, basically.
yeah, exactly. And like just to get what they want. And
I hate that because then they say all that sweet stuff to try to like pull you in and make you think it's something it's not, and then all of a sudden
it's
like,
painful.
just waste your breath. Just waste your breath. Get to the point. What do you really want?
and like that's what I'm saying, like dudes are not straight up with like what they want from the start, so then it's just like,
and it's funny because they think that we're confusing.
Yeah.
And I've talked to so many guys who like think that what I say is not actually what I mean. I'm like, where did you get that idea? Like,
I feel like that's a common thing.
I'm so confused. Like, I'm telling you this because like I want you to know, and that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I've heard guys say like that a girl they were talking to or whatever were interested in sleeping with, like at first was like, you know, like I just want to do like a casual thing, and then later on down the road she maybe started to develop feelings or whatnot, and then he was like, what the heck, like I thought we were doing this. And I was just like, well, first of all, when you spend time with a person, like
Consecutively.
and if you like enjoy spending time with them, then over time like feelings will develop, unless it's just a strictly friend relationship, you know what I mean? Like, if you're
things can change.
Right, if you're having sex with a person and you're spending time with them, hanging out and stuff, like I don't see how you wouldn't develop some sort of feelings.
So have none of you just had sex with someone and felt the same that you felt about them before you had sex?
Yeah, definitely.
So it doesn't always change.
No, it doesn't always change, I think. But I think like let me try to put it like this. Like, if it was just one person and, you know, okay, so like I had a person that I was seeing every week. Like he was my once a weeker. And it was cool or whatever, like, you know, we were vibing, chilling and stuff, and I thought of him as like a friend, you know, that I have sex with. But then like, y'all good?
Yeah. Sorry.
We're having a.
Okay.
She came. She thought it was our place. I was like, well, where did you get that? Did I say that?
No. How do I get this back?
Click on Zoom.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Continue.
I forgot where it was.
So you had your once a weeker.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then like later on, months went by and stuff, and like I just had a lot going on personally, and I just wasn't in the mood, I guess, to have like a full-time boyfriend or whatever. But I guess he had started like catching feelings for me because like he asked me to go on a date with him, and like it was just more intimate and stuff. So yeah, like I think it just depends on a lot of different things, whether you feel a certain way before or after with a person.
How many times when you guys have either hooked up, been in a relationship, whatever, has someone asked you, what is your body count? Or are you a virgin?
Well, going off that, I just remember this. So like when I was at Catawba or whatever. Oh wait, can you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So like when I was at Catawba or whatever, like all the guys just assumed that like I was a virgin just because of like how I came off because I was so innocent. And I
And
swear
shy.
and shy and like I wasn't though. But like that's what everybody just assumed because like I wasn't like out there like talking to every guy like, you know what I'm saying? And it just like every guy went like, you're a virgin, right? Like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm really not.
What was the reaction when you said no?
And they were like, what?
Were they just surprised, or was it
Yeah.
like a turn off, or what?
No, they were just surprised, but like guys like I could tell, but like they love virgins. Like they just like even Allie a person told me they were
Your
like
cousin.
my cousin, yeah. She was like, because she went there obviously before me. So she was there and she was like, yeah, like them dudes, like they love them some virgins, like, and I'm just like, wow, for what? I don't know. But
Yeah.
then I just changed my ways and started knowing everybody and they knew who I was. So that went away.
Multiple people that I've encountered have asked me what my body count was. Multiple. And it always like ticks me off. And after that, I'm just kind of like, dude, like I'm not even interested in you anymore. Like, but
Yeah.
then there's been some that like haven't. And I almost think that it's because like they're kind of the same way. Like they don't want me to ask them, so they're not gonna ask me type deal.
Mm-hmm. Do you think, kind of going with what Macy was saying, like, do you think it's a Southern, like the Southern mindset? You kind of think more traditionally is like a stereotypical,
100%.
Yes,
stereotypical Southern.
Yes.
100%. I think because it really like some of it goes back to the Bible, and that's like a thing. That's definitely a thing down here. Like I don't know if y'all have ever heard of like, y'all probably have, but like purity rings or purity like retreats that girls will go to with their fathers, and they'll get a ring and you're supposed to keep it on until you get married.
Wait, I've never heard that.
You've never heard that?
I've never heard of that either.
That is so weird. If my dad ever tried to do something
That's
like
a real
that,
thing. That's a real thing, y'all. Purity rings. So you wear the ring because that's supposed to symbolize your virginity, and then you change it out with your wedding ring when you lose your virginity.
sorry, I'm laughing.
But did y'all also know that the reason why people wear white, like pure white dresses,
and like innocent.
it symbolizes purity. Yeah. So
That
I've
makes me wanna
seen
wear
people.
black really bad.
No,
I wear red.
I've seen people wear like cream colored dresses, like if they've had multiple marriages and stuff. I've seen them wear like cream colored dresses or like any color really wedding dress, just to like tell people that they're not a virgin.
I'm gonna wear black, so I tell people to mind your own business. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm gonna wear whatever. Maybe I'll wear hot pink. I really do love
Oh
pink.
yeah, do that.
I'll
That's
do that.
fitting. What are your bridesmaid dresses?
That'd be cute, actually.
White.
Yeah. Black, actually.
Oh, sick.
Mhm.
You know that's my favorite color to wear.
Yeah. Yeah, that is, we talked about if people view virginity differently, like the stereotypical Southern mindset or traditions.
Mhm.
Think of like you should be a virgin or only have sex with one person, which goes with everyone. But I didn't know if it differed in North Carolina as it does here.
Yeah, does it? Sorry, I missed the whole thing.
No, it's okay. You're fine. That's what we were saying. Like, I feel like it definitely does because people are just more traditional Christian down here. And it's like looked down upon if you even move in with a guy before you get married, like that's like looked down upon in multiple families like that I know, and even my own family very much has a lot to say about that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Would your family care if they knew that you had sex with multiple people?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
That's
my
a good
mom
question.
would. My dad, he don't care.
I think my dad thinks I'm a loser anyways.
Mine's the opposite. Mine's the opposite. Like my mom, super laid back, she knows everything. My dad, on the other hand, I'll just tell y'all a quick story. When I was in high school dating my ex, I came home one night from his house and my bedroom light was on. So I immediately I was like, oh God, somebody's in there going through my stuff. So I walk upstairs and my dad is just sitting on the edge of my bed like this with his head down, and he looks like he's just going through it. And I was like, are you good? He found an open condom wrapper in my little I had this little box full of just random shit. And he found a condom wrapper in there. And he just looked so disappointed. And he was just like, Jessica, are you having sex? Be honest. And I don't know, just the way my dad is, I was scared. I was ready to tell him the truth. I didn't want to tell him the truth. So thankfully my sister had my back and she was like, no, Dad, we got those in health class. Me and Jessica were just playing around with them and we opened one up. And so she saved me on that one for real. But I think he definitely knows now. Obviously, no, he would not approve of how I live my life, but I could really give a shit. What do you think?
Good for you.
Yeah, I don't think my parents would care.
No,
I'm the same as you.
Well, that's the thing. They parents they do somewhat have a say to live under their roof still, but
no, they don't.
not even that really. Your parents don't have a say. You like who you like. It's your own person. So if you want to be with them, then you're gonna be with them regardless of what your parents think. And you're gonna do what you want to do with that person regardless of what your parents think.
And too, I watched the Sex Ed series on Netflix, which is really awesome. So you all should check it out if you haven't.
Yes, I watched the first 2 seasons.
It's great. And they just they talk a lot about sex culture and how parents a lot of time will try to get you to not have sex when really you should be teaching your children how to have safe sex versus not having sex at all, because we're gonna have sex.
Yeah, I hope our
It's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. So I think it's better to preach safe sex versus no sex.
I agree.
Yeah.
To younger people, teens and stuff.
And not just safe sex with, using a condom, making sure you don't get an STD, but also have compassion and respect for that person you're having sex with.
Yeah.
It's not just a body, which I do think dating culture today is a lot of, you want to show, how cool you like, you want to save face. You want to always look cool. You want to appear independent and strong and all this. And part of that is, just going on Tinder and having sex, and that's all, not actually getting to know the person. It's just everyone's kind of in their own little world and is too afraid to like actually interact with someone.
Yeah, it's weird. People are like scared of feelings now, like really scared.
No, yeah.
Like,
and it's
I am
crazy.
too, though. Honestly, I am too.
Yeah, and especially scared of labels. Like the guy I mentioned earlier, we were talking for 4 months. Hold on, I'm gonna go on a rant. He drove from Cleveland to Columbus to see me in the summer for like 4 or 5 months. And obviously I was like, okay, he likes me. Like who else would do that? Like what?
It's a lot.
And so when I caught him talking to other women on Tinder, when he told me he wasn't talking to anybody else, he lied to me about it, first of all. Then I was like, okay, this is bullshit. Like, you have your notifications on. It's on your Siri suggestions. Like, dude, like, you're not getting away with this. And he called me a summer thing and said he didn't like labels. And I was like, would that really change anything?
He called you a summer thing?
He called me a summer thing. And I was like, you really
Is
just
that not a label, though?
Yeah, it is labeled, true.
It's a label that's less loaded.
Yeah, he didn't want the boyfriend girlfriend label. And I was like, how would that literally change anything? He's like, I don't have time for that. I was like, I don't either. I don't have time to see you every day. Do you think I want to see you every day? Like, I want to see you like maybe twice a week. Like, like, I don't think that much would have changed. But it was so bizarre to me that he was putting that much emphasis on a label. Like, that literally would not have changed a thing in my mind. But to him, that was going to change like everything.
You were just getting some clarification on his thoughts.
Yeah, on where we stood. Obviously, we were on very different pages.
That's the trend, though, with a lot of guys. Like,
Because they don't tell you what it is straight up because they think you know, but then it's like, no, you don't know.
Yeah, like we're going on dates.
Like we can read their minds or something.
Yeah,
but
like
it's also because they don't want the title boyfriend because they don't want the duties that come with boyfriend.
yeah.
And they don't want the commitment that comes with boyfriend. They just want to have you when they want you on their terms.
On their time.
And so not putting a label on it makes it safe for them to do what the fuck
Whatever
they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sucks because that also gives them the excuse to never like, this is kind of TMI maybe, but like never like make you feel good. Like it's always all about them. And I'm like, oh, you guys are so bad at everything when it comes to us. Like, like you literally do not care. And whatever, but if I'm not getting anything out of it, what's the point? Like, I'm not just here for you. Like,
That is
Exactly.
so true.
So then, you know what you do? You just play the same game. You play the same game that they're playing.
no,
And
I
that
end up
gets 'em.
just dropping them
gets 'em.
and saying, hey, never come over again. I don't want to see you.
Good.
If you give them more than I do, sometimes I don't even give them nothing. I'm
I
just
give 'em
like, ghost. I'm never texting you back. I'm not answering your calls. Don't talk.
They
to
call
me.
you? These men don't even have my number. They hit me up on Snapchat. This is how little I mean to them.
Girl, me and Macy the other day, I had a voicemail, y'all. It was 1.5 minutes long.
Oh my God.
Oh, he was just embarrassing himself.
1.5 long.
Me
Just
and
going on
Jess
and
was in
on.
the car at Starbucks and we was just like looking at each other like, no.
Wait, I need to hear this.
It was
Wait,
so
what did
crazy.
he say?
I was like, Jess, like that's really sweet.
Okay, so he was just like going on about how like he really wanted me in his life and how these past 2 days without me have just really showed him like how much he wants me. And okay, so let me just give y'all the backstory. So the reason why I like didn't want to talk to him anymore is because we had been talking for literally 2 weeks and hanging out and stuff. He said that he wanted to see me every other day and he lives an hour away. First of all, no.
Ew.
Second, he was asking me, he said, something's just really been bothering me and I need to get it off my chest. And I was like, okay, what's up? This man says to me, like, why haven't we had sex yet? And it's been 2 weeks. I was like, okay, buddy, like, you're not getting it. Like, you're trying to act like a boyfriend. Like, I don't have to have sex with you at all, ever. And now you're trying to put a timestamp on it. Like, leave me alone. So I literally just stopped talking to him. And he left me this voicemail saying how much he liked me and all this bullshit. And I was just like, you know what? Just save it.
That's the weird part. I feel like I either get ones that are like obsessed like so quickly or just don't give a fuck. Like there's literally no
There's
in
no in
between.
between.
No in between. Like, and the obsessive ones are worse because
Yeah, they are. No, they are.
they're
They
so
definitely are.
freaking weird. I had this guy DM me the other day. First of all, this was the weird part. We matched on Bumble or something, I think. And then he asked for my Instagram and I was like, okay, like, sure. And then he like DM'd me and he like sent a really cheesy pickup line and I like ignored it. And then he sent me another thing and said, do you want to FaceTime tonight? FaceTime. Like, oh my God, I was so shook. I just said, no, what the fuck? And then I unfollowed him and he was like, you unfollowed so fast. You just missed out on a really good guy. You're lost. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure a really good guy would ask me to FaceTime after the second message. That's so weird. That's so strange.
I
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
that is weird. Like, what
Not
are you gonna say? What do you want to talk
I
about?
don't know what the fuck. I have trouble FaceTiming my friends. It's awkward. There's something awkward about it. Like, I don't know. And meeting somebody on FaceTime, oh God, kill me now. It's awful.
I just am blown away by the things that I hear guys say or text. Like, what? I
Like,
don't know
they're
any
awful.
female who would actually say that. Like,
No,
why
they're
are you
awful.
saying that?
Y'all, literally everyone thinks that me and Macy will have a threesome with them.
Everybody, just because we're always together. And like,
Yes, sus.
no,
No.
and no, that's not happening because first of all, me and Jess are not looking at each other like that ever. Like, I might get drunk and give her a little smooch or whatever, but like, other than that, that's it. Like, I be kissing everybody when I'm drunk, but like,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything. You don't get to take that and run with it. Like, no. And
All the
even one
time,
of our
all the
guy
time.
best friends, like, literally was like, oh yeah, so like y'all trying to have a threesome or something? Me and Jess looked at each other and we were like, fuck no.
Yes,
Especially-
good for you.
Especially not with you.
Yeah, not with you of all people. Like, come on
No.
Oh,
now. Come
that's
on.
so funny. I had a
Yeah.
guy ask me, I told Morgan this story, it was so funny. This guy I was texting, he just like asked for my number from a dating app, and I was like, sure, we can talk, whatever. Like the sixth text in, he asked me if I was a sexual person. And I was like, what does that even mean?
What type of question is that? What does that even mean?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not comfortable answering that. Like, sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Are you a sexual person?
yeah. I was like, I don't, that's very subjective.
Yeah.
I'm like, who gave you the audacity to ask that? And the sixth question, like, literally, it was like we'd been talking for like an hour. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. Like, it really pisses me off when they talk to me like that. Cause I'm like, oh my, I'm sure they don't mean anything by it, but it's just like kind of creepy.
That is
No,
creepy.
it definitely is.
It's really creepy. I don't know.
It
That's like
definitely is.
none of your business. Like,
Do you think that like the potential consequences coming from the pressure to like have the right amount of bodies, the right amount, which is impossible to tell what that amount actually is, but like pressures you to have sex or to not have sex?
To not. But also on the same wavelength, I don't like to have sex very quickly. But then again, there's always this pressure too. So it's really hard to like balance because
From them, right?
I'm all about waiting, and I really like to get to know the person, even though that hasn't always happened because I've been talked into it so many times. But I usually go into the night and I'm like, I'm not having sex with this person. Like, no matter how charming and cute they are, like, not gonna happen because I get too attached. I get way too attached.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
No, yeah, 100%.
I can agree with that. I think definitely more now. I want to wait a little bit longer than previous. But that's just because like there's just so many assholes out there. Like, and you can never be too sure. Like your first time meeting someone could literally be fake as hell.
Yeah, that's why you gotta keep your guard up the whole time.
Like they could be saying whatever they want just to get in your pants. And it's just like you gotta see through that.
Yeah, and then the minute after that, they be acting completely different. Like, who are you? And I'm just like, no. Like
Like your guard has to be hella up the first time you meet them, I feel like. And like it sucks because it shouldn't have to be that way. Like you should be able to just like relax and have fun and like get to know somebody.
And be yourself, but now with how the world is now, like you can't do that because then they gonna think that they can just fuck you and it's gonna be what it is. Like, no. Like, and
Well, it also is unfortunate, and it really shouldn't be that way, is, you know, if you feel like you have to go into a date with your guard up, but you know that they aren't doing that because there's no, you know, they don't have to worry about not having sex because if they do, everyone congratulates them. But if you do, then you feel like you're, you know, giving yourself away or
and then you're asking yourself all these questions in your head, like everything's going through your mind. You wake up the next morning, you're like, oh my God, did I do the right thing? Did I not? Like you have all these questions for yourself. And then the guy's like, oh yeah, but it's not like that though.
Yeah, it's ass. It's it's really like, I don't know. I don't know if this is how, I'd have to do more research. If it's how it's always been, I mean, obviously not, but like I wonder when our parents were like growing up if this was the way.
I feel like it was probably worse back then because I mean everything was a secret. Like at least down here in the South, like if you were, I mean, y'all know, like if you were gay, like that had to be a secret, like because you could lose your life over that. And like obviously people were having the same amount of sex as we are today. And same amount of babies are being born. I mean,
yeah, they were.
I don't know. I have to find out for sure, but I think people have always had the same amount of sex. Like I think it's just now people are wanting to have that conversation and more people are wanting to change the stigma.
Yeah, well, I feel like going along with that people talk about it more for sure, but that's probably how these terms like body count get brought up, you know. We can never just have sex and just do what you want with your own body. There always has to be, okay, so if we're gonna talk about it now, then we have to put this on top of it to make sure we're not having too much. So we need to make sure that, you know, we're counting our bodies so that we can still keep track. We just keep putting more pressure on ourselves or limitations on ourselves. We can't just be in charge of our own bodies like we should be able to be.
Yeah. I think it's also weird, like you brought up earlier, I think Macy, like about guys like getting congratulated, or maybe it was you.
No, Macy.
Macy, okay, for like having sex with someone. I just find that so odd. Like, why are you celebrating? Like that should just, to me,
No, but
yeah,
it's so crazy because like so the frats at Wilmington, like they're crazy. Like all the frats like anywhere are crazy. And like the new, or what are they called? The ones that rush.
Mm.
I've literally heard some shit happen and they were like, oh yeah, well the rushes they have to put roofie the drink. So they roofie
yeah,
the
I've
drink.
heard of that here too.
They roofie the drink and Wilmington and right now
That's like a thing that they have to do.
right
in the
now
front.
Wilmington there's like a whole thing going on because a lot of girls have been getting raped. Yeah, and it's really bad too. And going off that, like your body count, like for a girl, like you might not have even wanted to have that body or even want to talk about that. So it's like when you bring that up, it can bring up trauma like with it. And
Right. And I think that also when I was reading that, I mean, it's not like a virgin isn't a fact. Like it's you get to decide. And I feel like that's so empowering for like situations like that, where if you don't want it to count, it doesn't count. Like you decide. And I feel like that brings some relief, at least to me. It brings some relief.
Yeah, brings me a lot of relief.
It's not just like clean cut.
Yeah, I agree. You
Yeah,
should be able to decide, because a lot of them aren't even worth counting. Like,
no.
sorry,
I know.
but if we only go for like a minute or less, like
it's
you're
not-
a dub.
yeah, it's not counting.
You're a dub. You're not
A
getting
-1.
you're not getting shit like ever again. And don't even talk to me. Don't even look at me. Don't even think about me.
Damn, Jess.
No, but really though, like, just infuriates me.
It depends
Because
if you're like
they're always
next to you.
trying to
Yeah,
just
the
get
most
there.
important
They're
thing is
just
how
trying
they
to-
treat you.
No, you're right. But I mean, if he's an asshole and he's just worried about just getting his and not
Yeah.
even concerned about me,
Totally.
then yeah, you're getting thrown to the side.
Then he's a -1. for
Yeah,
sure.
he's a dick.
Now, if he was really respectful and, you know, maybe he got embarrassed after, or if he was like, I'm so sorry, like, we can just try again, then that would be different. I would be like, okay, like, I'm cool with that. But that's not always the case.
No,
Right.
it's usually not the case.
Yeah, it's usually the opposite.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Totally. Agree.
Another thing I wanted to mention, I know you're on a time limit.
No,
I
you're fine.
apologize. But coming from me, I'm a virgin. I classify myself as that. And something that I didn't know kind of going into it was that a lot of people, I feel like I'm old. I feel like I should have had sex by now. Like can be embarrassing. But how many people my age have also not had sex? Like people put, an age limit, like, oh, before I go to college, I need to have sex. Oh, before I graduate college, I need to have sex. But I think that goes into everyone's situation is different. You don't know what a person has been through that maybe they don't want to do that, or you don't know what a person has been through to make them do that, and maybe they regret that, or maybe they just for me, it's not religious reasons. It's just I haven't felt the right moment, and no one should be pressured to have that right moment.
Right.
You should be able to choose. It's your body, and it doesn't make you less of a person. It doesn't make you less cool, or if you haven't had sex, oh, you're a weirdo or you're a loser. No, it just means that you didn't have sex, and that's okay. Like you said at the very beginning, I think Macy mentioned it, like it doesn't define you.
It doesn't like.
So Morgan, I don't know if you know this, but one of our good friends that I've known for a while, he is also the same age as us, and he classifies himself as a virgin. And like we've had multiple conversations. Like he just wants to do it so bad, but he, like you, maybe hasn't had the opportunity, or hasn't felt right in the moment or with the right person, whatever the case may be. He just hasn't gotten the opportunity. And, you know, I tell him all the time, like, honestly, you should be proud of that because you're not like every other guy out here who will literally
Who's just trying to
have
fuck.
sex with any person they meet. Like without even knowing them, trying to get to know them, like you're not like that. And, you know, you should feel good
And
about
that's a
that.
flex.
It is a flex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Totally.
So I think I agree with you. It just varies person to person. Like, and like you said, like maybe someone who had sex early, maybe they were forced into it, or maybe they were sexually assaulted and raped, maybe. I mean, you just never know. So that's why I hate when people are so quick to judge.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying, like, body count, like, doesn't matter because you don't know, like I said, what they've been through, what they've encountered, had to go through. So, like, you never know. So it's like, why ask? To bring up the past that nobody cares about.
Exactly. And also, if you don't want to tell that person, you don't have to. If someone asks you your body count, if someone asks you if you're a virgin, you don't have to tell them.
No. Like,
Yeah.
it's not their business. It's not.
Right. I did that one time. Like someone asked me, and I was just like refusing to tell them. And they were like, "That's weird. Like, why don't you want to tell me?" I was like, "Because I don't have to. I don't have to tell you shit."
Yeah, that's also a really personal question.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it is very personal.
yeah, like that's not something I don't think you should really ever ask it unless it comes up like organically. But like, I think that asking that when you first meet somebody is really strange. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know why that's a thing.
That should not be a thing.
Yeah.
We need to stop that immediately.
No, yeah, and see, like, I don't care, like, what a motherfucker's body count is as long as they ain't got no STDs, but, like, where was I going with this? I was going somewhere good. God, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. I think what a question that should be asked that's not is, do you have an STD?
Yes.
Like, why is that worse to say than how many bodies you have? That's just ridiculous.
Also, okay, something I really hate, and this is probably really off topic, but
okay.
like kind of on topic.
Okay.
But like, if guys like pressure you to not use the condom, which they do a lot,
Yeah.
they should actually they should be getting tested right before that. Because especially if I don't know you, like if I'm not like if like that's so weird and gross. Like
Yeah.
that they think that they can just do that. Because
Yeah.
that's what transmits STDs is not wearing a condom. So if you actually want to do that, like get tested.
Yeah. If the girl wants you to wear a condom, wear a condom.
Like wear a freaking condom. Like I seriously hate when they're like, oh, I just feel so much better without it. Like shut the fuck up. Like
you don't
like
care.
I literally don't care. Like if you fine, like if you want me to like get pregnant, possibly, then you deal with the fucking consequences. You pay for my plan B in the morning. Like whatever, but I'm not doing that. Like I don't want to. It's uncomfortable.
Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, something.
Yeah, like I'll send it to you in a heartbeat. But I should not be pressured to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%.
I agree.
No, I remember where I was going with my story. So, like,
Backtracking.
if like a guy asks me for my body count, like I'm gonna tell him because I don't care. But like I would never be able to ask a guy, what's your body count? Because I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Like I don't care. So like I would never go out of my way to do that.
No,
Yeah.
it's stupid.
I think it's always good to be honest. I don't think you ever need to lie. I think you can say, I don't want to tell you, or just say the truth.
No, but yeah, and see, I feel like guys like they just be lying about it. So like, why even ask?
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like they always are.
Or
and then they
probably don't even know how many.
Yeah, that's so true. And then they'll ask me, and I'll be like, okay, if you're asking me, I'm gonna ask you. And like, you better, if I have to tell you, you better tell me. I guess I don't have to do anything. But then they're like, oh, when I told them mine, they're like, oh, actually, I can't tell you. Like, bitch, the fuck's wrong with you? Like, are you actually kidding me? Like,
That is so weird.
like, oh my God, I hate men. They give me such a headache.
New title for the podcast.
Yeah.
We hate men.
Can you please do that, actually?
No. Oh my gosh.
Please.
Yeah. Also, when I was watching some videos, they're on YouTube, there's a lot of videos that say, does body count matter? And they just like people asking, mostly guys. I don't even really ask women. But I was honestly appalled by how many guys had a limit. Like you mentioned,
Yeah,
that guy from
20.
the beginning, like had a limit, and some of them was like 4 or 5.
Okay, well, first of all, if I've never met you, how in the hell are you supposed to know how many people I've slept with?
Okay, and first of all, they say 4 or 5 when they probably got 40, 50. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't care about them. They just care
I'm saying
about.
it's double fucking standard.
That's why I'm
Always-
saying, like, where are these bodies coming from? Like, what?
Like, okay, literally, for instance, I had a conversation with one of my best guy friends the other day. We got like on the subject of body counts or whatever, and I forgot what it's till now. And he was like, yeah, so like I think I got like about 50 now, but like when you first moved here last year, I think I had about like 30. So yeah, I think I've like fucked like 20 girls, and I'm just like, well, good for you, like good job. Like when am I supposed to say that? But that's just like, that's like him telling me that is literally just letting me know that it's just a body that you're fucking, like literally from a first-hand account from a guy. Like,
Yeah, it's
they literally just think of you as a body, not like nothing else.
not a human being.
Not a human being, just a fuck.
It's just so weird that they can just they can turn us into that.
Yeah, and then they turn you crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And they wonder why you're crazy.
Yeah,
You're
and then they're
like,
like, what's wrong with you? Like,
Motherfucker, you know what's wrong with me? Like, come on now.
what's wrong with you? Fucking asshole. Like,
look what's wrong with dating culture today, and then ask me why I'm fucking crazy.
Oh, I'm gonna use that. That's good. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I had something to say on top of Macy said, but I forget.
By the way, I think I have to order an Uber. soon.
Okay. We'll end it with this last question.
Okay.
What are we gonna do to stop this language being used? What
Call
are we
them the fuck out.
individually, like what are we gonna do to make sure that we are the start of ending the term virgin, ending the terms body count? Just nuh-uh. What are we gonna do?
You have to call them out. You just have to. Like, I know it's uncomfortable, but you literally
Yeah,
have to
I
tell
think
them
you
why
have
it's
to
wrong.
turn it back on them almost, like
Mm.
you care about what I have done, but I'm not sitting here asking you. So are we both two human beings? Like, are we not equal?
Yeah.
Like, is there something I'm missing? Like, why do we still have this stigma and stereotype? Like, I'm not doing this. And you just have to let them know, like, off rip.
I just say be you and like just keep it real 100. Like,
Oh, and also, like, there is a bajillion people on the planet. If someone says something that you don't like, you literally can just dub them and move on to the next. Like, that's what you do. I mean, that's what I do. anyways.
Yeah. If anyone asks me what my body count is, I'm gonna say, move along. Get away. You're done. And I'm gonna actually no, that's wrong. I'm first gonna inform them about the sexual double standard that men and women have about women having less bodies than men do. And then I'm gonna tell them to do the research, and I'm not talking to you until you do.
Yes.
Because never ask that again to anyone. And goodbye. That's the conversation's gonna go.
God, I wish I could do that.
You can.
You will, because we're
I
gonna
know.
start it right now.
I know.
And we're gonna encourage all our listeners to do the same. It starts with y'all. We're gonna end this shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, this lift is $2.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Honestly,
Thank you
this
guys
last
all.
thing I'm gonna say exit message, but honestly, just be real with yourself. Don't care what anybody else has to say about you. You just gotta do what you gotta do for you. Because at the end of the day, who's gonna be there? Yourself. So
It's your body.
Love
You
that.
do what you want.
Yeah.
you do what you want with it.
Period.
Period. Hey.
I love that.
Good episode,
This made
everyone.
me happy.
Oh, me too. I love y'all.